Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Football Zone podcast number 8. Redoing number 8 because the video corrupted.
Mint.
Before we get into this video, we announced something in the last podcast, but we're going to announce it now. But before we announce it, like and subscribe. But we have a confirmed guest coming on the podcast. He's an ex-professional footballer.
Very first guest on, and hopefully we'll get a few more in the future.
Exactly. Ex-professional footballer, and he played in the English First Division. So,
and also coached in the modern day era as well.
Exactly.
So get both sides of the perspective.
Exactly. So going into the video now. Obviously Champions League. Sort of
Champions League group stage, group stages are done. Round of 16s are out, and also Europa League is out as well. Most tasteful tie in the round of 16, PSG by Munich.
That is going to be a heavy one because obviously it was who was in PSG's group again. They beat them. Was it Benfica? No, it wasn't Benfica. Was it? No, it wasn't.
Who are you thinking of?
It was Benfica and top their group, I swear.
Yeah, they did. PSG finished second. That's why they've got a harder.
I knew it was Benfica.
Benfica finished first because of the beat. Half year was 6-1 or something like that on the last game. Which obviously meant Juve dropped out. And
talking about the last game as
PSG.
well, how mental was that Tottenham, Sport and Atletico Leverkusen group?
Marseille,
sorry. Like, how unreal was that group?
Wait,
what was that group actually? It wasn't Atletico. It was Sport and
Spurs, Marseille, and you had. Oh
my God, was it Frankfurt? I genuinely don't remember, but it chopped and changed. Basically, they had like one team had 9 points going in the game, or 8 points, six. Well,
at each and every point of that group on the final game, someone was top and bottom throughout the through the 90 minutes, which was just mental.
The first
Frankfurt.
I knew it was right. It changed, like Spurs was top, and then it went Port.
Well, it went Marseille because Marseille were beating Spurs at one point in that game.
And then Tottenham, and then it was Sport, and then it was Marseille. And it was Marseille. It was then Tottenham again. Unreal. It was absolutely unreal.
Eric Dyer knocked Marseille, which knocked Alexis Sanchez out of the Champions League, and in the same week he married his ex-wife, his ex-missus. Yeah,
but Dyer did.
Eric Dyer's got engaged to Alexis Sanchez's ex. In the same week. So a big L for him anyway.
Talking about like snakes, did you see Icardi's wife? Like, I don't know if you saw it like 2 weeks ago. Icardi's wife cheated on him.
Yeah, but
the one that cheated on
Maxi Rodriguez with Icardi.
Yeah. Once a cheat, always a cheat. That's how it rolls.
Icardi's life is just mental. It really is.
He
could have been a hell of a player if he
could be bothered.
Yeah, if he could be bothered and his off-field antics didn't override his on-field. Who does he even play for now? Galatasaray. That's the one. Anyway, Inter Milan, Porto, and then you got Dortmund, Chelsea.
I still think City.
What, to win it?
I still think City to win it.
Well, I said PSG from the start.
It's looking shaky.
And they've got a tough tie.
It's looking shaky,
to say the least, against Bayern Munich.
Well, at least one of the giants is getting knocked out like early on. Like, think about it that way. A pretty big team's gonna get knocked out pretty early on.
I mean, City's got Leipzig.
Yeah, gonna be him.
And Leipzig are a decent side. They've got a few threats, but
I mean, they beat Real Madrid 3-2 though, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was after Real Madrid's already through.
Yeah, but
it's kind of
either way, you still beat the Real Madrid side.
Yeah. So I think Man City will waltz that one. AC Milan, Spurs, which would be an interesting one.
I think AC Milan are going through there.
Yeah,
personally.
And the Club Brugge, Benfica.
100% Benfica on a roll right now. Just top.
It is, but it's a side of. Well, it's two different sides with two opposite ends of it, because Club Brugge in keeping clean sheets and defending really well.
Yeah.
And then you've got Benfica, who going forward are phenomenal at the minute. So, to attack versus defence sort of tie, but I do fancy Benfica. I think they've got more than Club Brugge have.
Yeah.
And then the other one, Liverpool, Real Madrid.
And unfortunately, yous are out of the Champions League. I mean, did you see yous last year against Real Madrid? You had nothing really going forward, and then now you've also lost Mane, and yous are also struggling going forward and scoring goals as it is. Against good teams anyway. Actually saying that now, you're scoring well against teams, but then as soon as you come up against Nottingham Forest, you can't see it.
We are the Peter Pan of football.
Do you know who needs to get sacked as well? Peter Drury.
Yeah.
Did you see his commentating the other night against?
Yeah.
He's just like Salah scores again.
He's always so dull.
It's only at Liverpool games, I swear down. He seems to commentate Liverpool games all the time, and he's just so dull. Have you ever seen him commentate a Manchester United game? He screams. He must be a Man U fan.
A lot of people hate Liverpool though, so take that on the chin.
I mean, wasn't it? Did we say on like the refereeing podcast that like the majority, I think also like 80% of referees were born in Manchester?
Yeah. Made in the Royal Navy.
Yeah. Made in the FA.
From
I know
around the Manchester
in the
region.
FA, we should try to get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
And you know him as well, actually.
Then we've got Europa League as well. RB Salzburg are playing Roma, because obviously with Roma, Mourinho had his comments about there shouldn't be the teams dropping out of the Champions League into the Europa League, as we've discussed in the past.
Who's Roma got going at this?
Roma's got RB Salzburg.
So that's fine.
Then it's Sevilla PSV.
That'd be a tough game because Sevilla is a good team.
That's PSV. PSV are on fire.
They are on fire, but you've got to remember Sevilla in the Europa League.
Yeah, but Sevilla's just lost their manager.
It doesn't really matter, they're still absolute goats.
Sevilla's got a massive point to prove. I mean, these ties aren't going to be played until February anyway, after the World Cup.
Who was Sevilla's manager?
Former Spain manager.
Oh yeah.
Herrera. No, it begins with an L, but I don't want to butcher his name. But he's joined Wolves anyway.
Oh, I know who you mean.
I don't want to butcher his name. Lopin something or other. Don't want to butcher it. But PSV are going really well. They've just beat Ajax at the weekend in the Dutch Eredivisie to go top. Bayer Leverkusen, Monaco.
Oh, I want to say Bayern Leverkusen just because
I mean,
they're starting to pick up form now though.
Yeah, because of how Xabi Alonso is a new coach.
Yeah. That's interesting to see as well.
Yeah, they're starting to play really well.
Xabi Alonso finished his career at Bayern, didn't he?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Maybe.
I swear he did.
Might have done.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Might have done. Anyway, Ajax have got Union Berlin.
Right, not easy. I actually said it's not an easy tie.
It's not because Union Berlin are
top of the league still, aren't they?
Yeah, but what I'm thinking, I swear Leverkusen beat Union Berlin at the weekend like 4-1 or something like that. You know, I swear, and I swear. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they did. They beat them 5-0.
5-0.
Bayer Leverkusen beat Union Berlin 5-0. Bearing in mind, Leverkusen were fighting relegation spots and Berlin were top.
Berlin no longer top.
The third now.
Oh wow.
Bayern, Freiburg, Union Berlin. I mean, it was going to happen. They couldn't stay up on the high horse for that long. But again, on Bayer Leverkusen picking up form there.
Exactly.
Beating top of the league 5-0.
They beat Atletico Madrid, didn't they? In their last game.
Yeah.
To let them go through to the Europa League.
Yeah, and Atletico Madrid crash out of Europe. Full stop.
Thank the Lord. The most boring team to ever watch.
Which on Atletico Madrid, apparently they're putting up 4 or 5 players up for sale in
I think they need to. They just no offense, like it's not that they're not good players, they just don't fit how awful the system is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a really big fan of, well, João Felix being one of them, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his, and I always thought it was a very strange move.
Well,
him going to Atletico Madrid, because he's a very skillful forward-thinking player.
But he needs players around him when he's going forward, though, to work off of.
Yeah.
And he never has that support. He's normally very isolated.
It's either he's back at right wing back or he's up from by himself.
Yeah.
So I would have thought that was a strange move. Rodrigo de Paul is another one.
I think he's a good player.
Carrasco and Thomas Lemar, which Lemar was one of the Monaco lot.
Yeah.
Who got the big moves, and he was one of a few that didn't really
kick on,
turn out.
Another Frenchman, him and Bakayoko Saka. Oh, not Bakayoko Saka.
Bakayoko.
Bakayoko Saka.
Bakayos. Yeah, he played for Monaco.
Oh yeah.
You got Shakhtar Donetsk Rennes.
I mean, I don't know. I've not been watching much of either of those teams.
I'd probably say Rennes out of that. Sporting Lisbon will play FC Midtjylland, which Lisbon
is going to win.
Yeah. Juventus have got Nantes.
Who?
Nantes.
What?
Nantes.
Oh, I don't know who's going to win, because Juve just beat Inter Milan 2-0.
2-0 at the weekend, yeah.
Are they fourth now in the league, Juve? I believe they are. Or in and around fourth.
Like I say, Serie A is a very interesting league to be in.
At the same time, if you've watched Juve play this season...
No, the fifth.
Fifth.
Atlanta, Lazio, Milan, Napoli.
Well, how many points are they off, do you know?
2 points off fourth.
I mean, still within the race, aren't we?
And then you got Barcelona, Man U.
Which...
Because Arsenal automatically qualify for the round of 16. Don't ask us why. I don't really know. Yeah, Arsenal's automatic progression to the last 16 of the season's Europa League means they will have to wait for the conclusion of the playoff round before learning who they will face next in the competition.
How does that work, though?
Not a jiffy, but anyway. Barcelona, Man U.
I think Barcelona's going to win that. It's funny how...
I think Barcelona will win that, but...
I think it'll be a tough game for them, because they've struggled a lot in Europe.
They've only won 2 games. I think their mind's got to be pushing for the league.
They've only won 2 Champions League games since Messi's left, and 2 of them were against Hafia.
3, yeah,
sorry.
Zen, 2 against Hafia.
Yeah.
I think their focus is going to be on La Liga.
Yeah, no, it will be, but like, actually, no, I think they have to win something, and if they don't win something, I think it's easier to win the Europa League than it is to win
I said
the
at the start of the season Barcelona will win La Liga over Real Madrid this season.
I think that's a tough ask.
It is a tough ask, but it was an out there opinion.
Yeah. I don't think there's much competition outside of Real Madrid and Barcelona this season for
it's those two.
But
and then the rest.
Real Madrid slipped up against Leipzig, and that's like a sort of...
Well, Real Madrid slipped up in La Liga, not this weekend, but last weekend. They got a draw. Yeah,
and they need to get... Barcelona basically need to be flawless up until the end of the season, because realistically, you're begging Real Madrid to constantly drop points otherwise.
You do. I mean,
what
the only
is the Liga looking like? Can you get that up?
The only downfall Real Madrid are going to have is if Benzema gets injured, which he has been a few times this season already.
He was injured against RB Leipzig.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
you saw
Ancelotti's backed Rodrigo to play as a number 9 in the future, or a number 10.
But he did actually score against Leipzig as well, to be fair, Rodrigo. And he has scored a couple of goals as well. He scored against... Did he score against Atletico Madrid?
I mean, you've got one of the best performing players on the planet playing for Real Madrid in Valverde at the minute.
But he also plays with the badge, though.
Crazy.
He plays for the badge, though. Yeah. There's so much more of a difference. He plays for the
he'll play where he can play whatever position that you put him in, and he'll play world class. All of his,
every single last bit of effort he's putting into it. He's not backing out of a
challenge.
If
you sit him as a striker, he'll back some goals for you. If you sit him a right back, he'll do fine there.
Exactly.
So play him anywhere. Barcelona are top 34 points. Real Madrid are set in 32, but Real Madrid have a game in hand.
There we go.
and then you got Atletico Madrid on 24 points. So there's already a 10-point gap after 13 games from top to third.
Like I'm saying, there's not much competition outside of those two teams.
There's not. Because then you got the rest of Atletico Madrid, Betis, Sociedad, Bilbao, Villarreal,
talking about
etc.
Barcelona still, in the whole saga in the summer with Frankie de Jong,
Yeah.
not wanting to go to Man U to play.
Eric Ten Hag.
Well, didn't want to play in the Europa League.
Right, yeah. You didn't want to play Europa League, didn't want to join Man U.
Yeah.
Think
And then now he's going to end up playing Europa League football at the Old Trafford.
Yeah. Turn of events.
Talking about Manchester United, what do you make of them currently? Like, kind of halfway through the season early. Obviously, with the World Cup coming around, it's pretty much halfway through the season because you come back in December.
Still need serious investment.
Then you get rid of Ronaldo. Still.
They're doing well. They're doing well, but not impressive. If you know what I mean.
No, I completely agree.
They have impressive spells or games like when they beat us.
Yeah. I mean, the performance against Aston Villa the other day, like how shocking was that?
Yeah, but big up Villa as well. Unai Emery's first game.
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
But
they scored in the 5th minute and scored 2 goals within like 4 minutes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they were 2-0 up after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Villa. Did you see Emi Martinez instructing on how to take their free kick?
No.
So Lucas Digne obviously bagged the free kick, but he was up on the halfway line. That Aston Villa players in the wall alongside Man U players. He was telling the Villa players in the wall where to go. He knows best how to obstruct the goalkeeper's view.
Yeah.
So he's telling them where to go to obstruct David De Gea's view.
Yeah.
And it worked because he scored. It was really smart. So Emi Martinez with the assist on that one.
You should bag an assist for that, to be fair. It's quite funny.
I know, but I don't know with Man U they do have standout performers in Varane, Martinez, Casemiro. But to the rest are like...
Well, you're now missing one of their big cogs in the team. Winton, Varane's are now out injured for I don't know how long.
Potentially misses the World Cup, but he may make it. But that's the case, and such a big issue with having the World Cup when it is so many big players are set to miss it.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Reece James is out. I mean, I know he's not like a massive player, but...
I mean, Pogba and Kante are out for France. Yeah, but think about how good those two are as a duo for France.
They are good, but like what going into this World Cup, they haven't really played that much together.
They've got better options now, but in previous tournaments, think of.
I mean, they've still got Camavinga. They've still got some unreal sentiments.
Yeah, I think with Man U is they just need to improve going forward. Massively, because they need to find a way of getting the best out of Sancho.
I mean, he is such a versatile. Well, not versatile, but he's a versatile forward. He can play across the sort of three. You can play cam, you can play right wing, left wing.
Yeah,
and I think he's just so unbelievable at unlocking defenses.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw it in the Bundesliga anyway. He was unbelievable at doing it, but I haven't really seen it as much in the Premier League.
You need to get the right players around them. I think having a striker who actually moves and runs in behind.
Rashford is a bit irritating to play. Well, you can tell he's a bit irritating to play with because he's just like.
Because where Sancho played at Dortmund was he had Haaland, who Haaland was constantly darting in behind and making himself a habit, which then gives Sancho the space to drive with the ball and create chances and stuff like that. And he had options. Whereas at Man U, he gets the ball and then he's got no options because Ronaldo's not running anywhere, is he? Martial could if he was ever fit.
Exactly. Rashford,
is he a left winger? Is he a striker? Is he what? Who knows?
Exactly.
And Bruno Fernandes always sits in the pocket.
Bruno Fernandes is a better player when Ronaldo's not on the pitch.
Yeah, big time. So is the majority of them though.
Yeah, they end up playing like a team when Ronaldo's not on the pitch.
I mean, Ten Hag came out after the weekend against Villa and said he was sick of the pointless crosses to Ronaldo. Yeah. So as soon as he's on, everyone thinks that right, we need to get the ball to him. He don't.
No. Not
a chance. He's not. Fair enough. He's been that man in the box scoring goals for the past 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Gonna say. But it doesn't mean that you have to change entire style of play to fit him.
mean, you see now what, like we've said before multiple times. See what it does to teams when now you take Ronaldo out of your team.
Yeah.
Like you're so used to booting this ball into the box and just hoping that this person will score. Booting it in the box about 20 times a game. You might get one goal.
Yeah,
but so far this season, Ronaldo only has one goal in the Premier League anyway.
Yeah, I think Man U needs like a fluid front three sort of system. So like obviously the interest being Gakpo from PSV.
Yeah.
And he's one who can play across all three, and I think that would then free up Sancho and Rashford to be a lot better.
The thing is, though,
if they can be interchangeable.
Man U were playing very well. I know I'm going to say this person's name. When Greenwood, Marcus Rashford, and Martial, do you remember that trio? They were playing very well because all three of them could play across that front three.
Interchangeable all the time. Confusing
and they were so
defenses.
dynamic.
Yeah.
Because they could just, one goes down the middle, darts off to the left, one takes that spot, and then one wraps around it. Like, and then you've got Bruno Fernandes just supplying quality balls over the top through constantly.
I think that's what they need again.
But they need to find that with Martial now being constantly injured. But yeah, I know I'm going to say this now, but pre-season you clearly saw that was working with Jadon Sancho,
Rashford and
Martial, and then obviously Bruno Fernandes playing in behind them. Now you've got someone like Casemiro as well to be that sort of anchor.
And then you've got Eriksen playing as a deep line playmaker, which is just working
well with Fernandes as well.
Yeah.
And then you've got Delors. He's clearly showing his
qualities and the reason why Jose Mourinho bought him.
And then I don't know where Malacia is. Is he injured? Because I don't know how Shaw's now got back into the team after how well Malacia's been playing.
I don't know.
I mean, have I missed a performance where Malacia killed someone by accident?
No, I think he's just testing waters, I think. But Malacia's...
He's such a solid defender. You know what you're going to get with him.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to get with Luke Shaw going into a game. You don't know if you're going to get this unreal left back who's going to bomb it forward, who's reliable in defence, or you're going to get this player that's going to be constantly out of position, that has no awareness and just cannot put a tackle in and cannot pass. Yeah. There's two different sides to Luke Shaw, and it's he's got bipolar. When he's sat in the change room thinking,
I don't know,
with a coin in his hand, and he's going to flip the coin, and he doesn't even know which side it's going to end up, and then you know it's heads, and he go out and play like absolute garbage.
Yeah. Alan, what about using?
Oh, I was waiting for this. Like I said, and I predicted this at the start of the season, right? Where we have a better team than Manchester United, and I said we'd be more consistent than Manchester United, as we've only lost one game this season.
Yeah.
Joint on amount of games losses, most losses in the season.
Best defence in the league.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. And we shown it again against Southampton. We weren't even at our best in that game.
Yeah.
We genuinely did. That was not a good game. We did not play well at all.
Another managerial sacking as well in the Prem. Hasenhüttl got sacked.
And I was singing it out when I was really good.
Yeah, so Hasenhüttl's gone, which is no surprise. I mean, we both predicted them to get relegated.
Yeah, I mean...
Did you?
Yeah, I said Bournemouth.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't. You said Bournemouth, Everton, and Forest.
Oh, yeah.
I said Bournemouth, Everton, and Southampton.
Yeah.
But
I had Southampton just surviving, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I had Forest just surviving. So,
which, I mean, it could still go either way.
It really is. I mean, Southampton had a little thingy at the start of the season where they looked decent. I mean, with the new, fresh signings from Man City, the kid from Man City.
It was, yeah. I mean, and I forgot what the kid was.
Lavia and Salisu playing really well at centre half. And
the thing is, though, they played better than us that game. Yeah. But we were way more clinical and we were way more dangerous when we actually had the chances. When they were in the situation, they had no clue.
I mean, that chance at 0-0 for Che Adams.
Yeah, that just shows.
When he was free open at the back post and he misses the target.
No, it would have been 1-1.
Oh, it was 1-0 up, yeah.
And I literally went, we've already lost the lead. But he missed. I was just like, how can you miss?
How do you miss that?
And that's what I'm saying. We were just so clinical.
Yeah.
Like, even with Joe Willock's goal,
yeah,
it was a toe punt.
Yeah, he scuffed that.
But the thing is, though, that just shows that we're still scoring goals.
Chris Wood coming on and bagging.
Mate, his goal was unreal.
Yeah, it was, to be fair.
On the spin, on the turn, back facing goal. I've said it before, like, he's not a very good player. He isn't a great player, but there is
neither was Almiron.
Signs. Almiron, right, okay, we're putting this discussion to bed. He is way better than Grealish. Let's just be honest. I actually saw a TikTok before. So the video that Grealish made with Bernardo Silva and him talking about Mahrez, they've got a combined total of like 11,000 minutes. Yeah. And they've got a combined amount of 6 goals this season. Yeah. And Almiron's got like, I think it was like 2,000 minutes, something like that. Yeah. He's got like more goals than him.
Yeah.
So
Almiron, but I think Almiron's one of those players this season. I don't think he's. I keep saying I don't think he's that good. He's just scoring the goals.
I think,
which doesn't mind. But you see him on the ball, he really doesn't know what he wants to do with it. He really doesn't.
He's starting to pick up that consistency. He was very good at Atlanta, though. He was very good. Him and Martinez, they were both very good. And when he came, he clearly just didn't know how to adapt to the Premier League. And it's taken a manager like Eddie Howe to get that side out of him.
But what I said at the start of the season was, for users, I think you will do well, but you need that consistency up front in scoring goals, which is now have got. You didn't have it right at the start of the season, but you have picked it up. But what I said was because of injuries, with Wilson always being injured, Isaac coming in who is injury prone, St Maximin injury prone. As I say, that may be your downfall, is getting goals from elsewhere.
But the thing is,
because the player like Almiron wasn't scoring goals or assisting or anything like that at the time, which now he has picked up and he's playing well, and everybody's contributing.
I mean, we've got the most amount of players that have scored goals in the season, like most different players. We've got 11 players that have scored.
That's a difference when you make that comparison. The City have a couple of players to score the goals. Yeah. That being Haaland and Alvarez.
Not really. Are you kidding?
No, like main players who they look to score the goals.
They look to. Yeah. But like every team looks to their striker to score a goal, but at the end of the day, we look at Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson's our outlet. He started in the past 7 games, and he's played like I think 12 games this season in the Premier League, or 11 games in the Premier League.
But I'm saying you scoring goals using everybody. Yeah. Everybody's chipping in with the goals. Whereas someone like Man City, it is Haaland predominantly scoring the goals, or Alvarez when he plays. Which when Alvarez actually plays, he scores. He just can't get in and play.
I mean, understandably, but
yeah.
We weren't even at our best that game. Yeah. And Eddie Howe even said himself, like, it wasn't a great performance. And I feel like
those are the type of games that you need to win.
And we did trounce them at the end of the day. We beat them 4-1. We were just way more clinical in the attacking situations. We knew what to do and when to do it in an attacking sense.
You could see how much it mattered to your defenders, especially Botman, when you conceded. He flipped it. He wasn't happy.
He was furious.
Wasn't happy.
The thing is, we've still got the best defensive record in the
which
league.
Is and absolute boss, really.
The most amount of goals last month in the league.
Yeah.
I think we scored. I think we've got we had a plus 13 goal difference last month. And then this is the 4th time we scored 4 goals in a game this season.
You bagging them?
I've seen like the Instagram post. It was just like Newcastle are way ahead of schedule, and it's so scary. The fact that we've got this team, like literally no superstar. The team that we played with Southampton, the only players that we didn't like sign from like the January period. Yeah. I mean, sorry, the only players that were in that team that we didn't sign from the January period was like Botman and Dan Burn. The rest, I'm trying to think who else was in that squad. The rest were literally all the same. Trippier. Yeah. The rest is literally the same. Oh, well, Pope. Sorry, 4 players. But 4 players, and then the rest. Oh, well, Bruno actually. I just
shut up now.
But the majority of the players were in a relegation battle.
Yeah, but you talk about being ahead of themselves. I'll take it away from the Premier League because we are local. In yous being ahead of yourselves, it's the same way the Sunderland are ahead of themselves, because when they got new ownership in last season, they weren't expecting to get promoted into the Championship last season. They're expecting another season in League One and then get promoted this season. They weren't expecting to get promoted last season.
But they should have never been in League One in the first place. Let's just be honest.
They shouldn't have been. But that's down to ownership and bad management from there.
I mean, Newcastle have had bad ownership since we had bad ownership for 11, 12 years.
Yeah, but Sunderland going down to League One was just one of those freak things of a Portsmouth that happened once in a blue moon. But they are currently they were doing well at the start of the season in pushing the promotion spots, and they're there's already a season ahead of themselves. They can't go 2 seasons ahead because the chairman didn't budget for them to go into the championship. Yeah. So they're already a season ahead, same way you are.
I don't think we're 1 season ahead. I think we're 3 seasons ahead. We're 3rd in the league.
Yeah, well, like I said, it depends on
top.
How well everything goes, because everything's going to be so weird this season with the World Cup being in the middle.
My point is for this as well. What players have we got going in the World Cup?
Oh yeah, that's another point, but the whole season's going to be so weird for everybody.
I think it's going to be more of an advantage for us as Newcastle. I'm trying to genuinely think of players that are going. Is Trippier?
Bruno.
Is he going? Has it been
Bruno
confirmed?
will go for Brazil.
Brazil's squad's been confirmed. Yeah. It has. It got leaked. It got confirmed.
It's not confirmed though, but Bruno will be going.
Well, so
because he's been involved.
But Almiron's not even going because they're not even in the World Cup.
Paraguay.
Yeah, but they're not in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So
Pope potentially will go.
But the likelihood of them playing.
Yeah. Who else have we got? Sev Botman may go for Holland.
But he'll never get started.
But he hasn't been called up for Holland yet.
He was going to get called up, but he got injured.
Yeah.
And he missed a few games for us.
Sev Botman will get called up.
So the
Bruno will get called up. Trippier will get called up. Cher, who's
Switzerland.
He's Swiss, so he'll be gone. What else have you got?
I'm trying to think of obscure nations that may be going. Wilson, there's potentially he's going. I mean, he's got to be in the conversation.
He will be in the conversation, but remember it is Gareth Southgate.
And,
so he'll pick Harry Kane and only take Harry Kane.
Yeah.
He'll probably pick Harry Kane and be Bamford or something. Or Danny Welbeck. Do you know Danny Welbeck's in the provisional 55-man squad?
No way.
It's official. Because we made a TikTok about it, didn't we? Because Rory, what's his face, Rory Butler or whatever his name is.
Don't really care about him anymore.
He was chatting about Danny Welbeck deserves to go.
If he ends up being, there's no way
Danny Welbeck can go as a striker over Abraham, Wilson, Tony.
As a winger? There's no way he can go as a winger. There's no way he can go as any position.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying
position that was made up out of thin air.
I'm
he
saying,
was the only player that can play in that position.
Yeah, he's a striker though. He is a striker, so the players, that's his competition, but he's nothing on them.
No offence to him, right? Yes, Brighton are doing okay in the league, and yes, he's created chances. But it doesn't matter.
You're
not going to create chances in the World Cup.
2 or 3 goals.
He's not going to fit the same system because we don't play the same system as Brighton does.
We don't play anyone else but Harry Kane.
Exactly, so it's not going to work.
Which is a massive issue.
And then if you take Danny Welbeck, he's going to be sat on the benches. He's going to come on and do what?
Nothing.
Exactly.
But speaking on that, because we've said in the past about Harry Kane always starting for England and does he deserve to and stuff like that. Obviously, we beat them 2-1 yesterday. Time of recording yesterday anyway. Harry Kane's goal, very clinical, very well taken. But did you see the position that he scored the goal from?
No.
On the shoulder of a centre half, threaded ball into the box, and he tucks it into the corner. That's where he should be.
Yeah. This is what we've been saying.
All this drifting out wide and coming in. I mean,
I think we've said about this for the past 4 episodes. Well, not even 4. It's just consistently over the podcast. We've been saying this is where Kane should be playing. And this is what happens when he does.
Yeah, I mean, because Kulovetsky came on and it was his first appearance back from injury and he got an assist straight away because he was straight off of the right wing and on his left foot, 3-baller Kane in that central area in the box, instead of being out wide, instead of trying to create, scoring the goals. And it was a hell of a finish to beat Alisson from that angle as well. But that's the areas that he needs to be. It needs to be drilled into him.
What would you say about the penalty as well?
Oh, it wasn't a penalty. No.
But the thing is, though, Cancelo.
No. Oh, I was hoping you would mention this as well. Cancelo's was 100% worse than Trent.
I don't think it was.
It was because Cancelo's ran in with force and pushed him over. Like, people keep clipping the photos of it of this angle. Trent's in this angle.
I watched them both, and they were very similar.
Trent's at this angle, Cancelo's at this angle. But what you don't see is the way Cancelo comes in charging like a bull in a china shop to barge him over. Trent's just leaned into him. It wasn't a penalty. Like, you see it from 3 angles. One of them you think, yeah, it's a penalty. The other 2, you're like, that's soft. Cancelo's was a penalty from every angle.
Really?
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think either of them were a penalty.
No,
I don't think it was a red card either. Just being.
I think the red card was harsh. I can understand why the red card was given because it was a clear goal scoring opportunity. But then you go to the fact of, in the Brentford Forest game,
you would have probably missed it anyway. If I'm being honest, you might.
Yeah.
You would have missed it.
Dean Henderson gave away a penalty, which was a interesting penalty because I didn't think it was.
Yeah.
But he got given a penalty. That was a clear goal scoring opportunity, and you only get given a yellow card.
Yeah.
As I say, if you're given a penalty, that has to be a red.
Yeah.
But did you see?
If you're given a penalty for a clear cut scoring chance.
Yeah. If you're given the penalty, you have to give the red.
Yeah.
Do you see Haaland's last minute penalty against Fulham?
That was so unfair.
Did you see the penalty awarded?
Yeah.
De Bruyne dived.
Yeah.
De Bruyne dived.
Yeah. Where was VAR there?
Yeah.
Where was VAR?
Yeah.
Did it get checked?
I don't know. But the thing is, City fans are coming at Liverpool fans and saying like, oh, Liverpool, like, you got away with the Trent incident, Cancelo got sent off for this. I'm like, you just scored a last minute winner to get 3 points against Fulham for a penalty which he didn't touch him.
Yeah. I mean, Haaland came on and scored 2 goals again.
No, he scored 1.
Did he? I think he scored 2.
No, he scored, but it was offside. And then he scored the penalty because Alvarez scored first, and then Fulham equalised.
I'm not even gonna lie, that was such a close offside.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
it was like knee and elbow sort of vibes.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I think VAR's got to change because that is so unfair. If your knee, it's offside. Like, it's got to be like you're leading. I mean, sorry. This is why I want to get that guy from the FA on, because if there's any way we can have a conversation about
ridicule him,
not to ridicule him as such, but
just like to get his perspective
and
of it.
I think we all need to understand why the Premier League isn't consistent enough.
Yeah,
because realistically, consistency is all we want. Because it might be the wrong decision, or like it might kind of be the wrong decision, but if you're constantly making that is the yes or no, this is the final sort of say on it. If it's this, it's not, but if it's this, it is. Like, you know what I mean? If it's the same result every single time, that's fine because it's been consistent.
Yeah.
Then you can't go from one game to the next game. This game give something like what game was it again? Because Emerson Royale got a red card for like where it was kind of a red card.
Yeah,
it was a little bit. It could have been a yellow, but I understand why it was a red card because it was very late.
Yeah,
took his ankle. But there was a game. I think it might be the Everton game against Leicester. But some of the game was late. Nothing happened, and it went to VAR.
Yeah,
nothing happened. It was exactly the same situation. He went in on him late. The ball was already past him, and it was just out of pure spite. Just take his ankle out.
Did you see Tielemans' goal against Everton at the weekend?
Unreal.
Saw someone say, because he scored an absolute worldie against Wolves as well. He was just like, he's having a goal of the season competition against himself.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that Conor McGregor meme where it was Tielemans when he scores when he gets called the score worldie once every 56 games, saying no problem, mate, no problem.
Do you see his reaction at the conference after the game when Maddison got given the man of the match and his look? He was just like, oh. But I mean, on Maddison, another 2 assists.
He's still not getting called.
He's high outperforming every single English player in goals and assists, goal contributions.
But he still won't get called
this calendar year.
And that didn't also happen in my starting 11.
That's
just me being honest.
Tell you what, Everton, he was on absolute
You know
fire.
what? Didn't I say I have Sancho on my team? I said I had Sancho on my starting 11, I'm pretty sure. I'd take Sancho out, play Foden on the right, have James Maddison as cam, and then have Sterling on the left.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to now.
Yeah. James Maddison's just...
Because Sancho's not really provided anything so far.
He's just so consistent, Maddison.
But the thing is, though, if you play those two as like in a 4-2-3-1, if you play Maddison as a cam and Foden as the left, they can be very inverted.
Yeah.
They can also then be very fluid
yeah,
as well.
that's the thing. Foden plays out wide for City anyway, so he's used to it.
He's used to playing out wide. Yes, he normally cuts in on his right, so he'd be playing on his right foot now.
Obviously, Sterling's struggling this season, but the thing with Sterling is he's always consistently good
in England.
for England,
yeah.
especially in tournaments as well.
He's a good, the thing is, though, there's a lot of players that are tournament players.
Yeah.
And people don't realise, like, they're very good at managing where, like, the energy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like Sterling, the player that won't overuse his energy.
Yeah.
He'll use it when he needs to use it.
See, obviously Chelsea got beat again at the weekend.
Oh,
they lost 2 Premier League games in a row, which never happened under Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
I was actually speaking to someone at work, and they were like, "This is where you have to just stick with the manager now.
Yeah.
Even though you've lost 2 games,
Yeah.
you've got to see it out. You can't just be rash. He hasn't even had a chance to implement his sort of tactics and such like that yet."
Todd Bowley, the Chelsea chairman, his American football teams across the pond, he likes to have long-term projects. So he likes to have a coach, not a manager.
Yeah.
Which Potter's a coach, but I forgot what team he has, American football team, but their coach has been there for like 10 years.
I swear, is it not the
like
Miami
9
Dolphins
years
or something like that?
I don't know. I don't really care. It's a
I
wrong
feel like
football.
that name just came to my head. If that's probably not even the name.
But so I think you will be there for a long term,
Yeah.
Graham Potter.
Well, he has to be though.
I mean, he's a very good coach. He's just got to
The thing is,
manage what he's got.
I think I'd love to have Graham Potter as an England manager as well, though. Like, he's got to be next England manager.
I want Thomas Tuchel, tournament manager.
Well, yeah. But then again, if we come up against Germany, is he just like...
Yeah.
Is he sending Luke Shaw up front? Like... But I would say this wraps it up for this video.
Yeah, probably does.
We've talked about a lot of subjects. We've talked about Champions League, we've talked about Premier League, La Liga, Europa League.
It's easy done, isn't it?
And then straight into the Nationals as well.
Yeah. Like, comment and subscribe, please. Check out TikTok and Instagram, which will be linked below. Anything else?
Make sure you tune in for the end of the month for our first ever special guest.
Yep.
On podcast, either number 9 or 10. We might not have a podcast uploaded for a while because I'm going away.
How dare you?
I know. So the YouTube content may suffer for a week or 2.
TikTok won't though.
TikTok will be consistent. We'll make sure if you go on there, we'll upload consistently on there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that rounds it up.
It does. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.